Luke chapter 20, 21 verse 24. This is one of those prophecies of Jesus. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations, and Jerusalem shall be trodden under of the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. Every Bible student knows that this prophecy was fulfilled in 70 AD, or what they call now 70 CE. But then there's another prophecy that Jesus said there. He said, until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. If you go and Google, you will find that Jerusalem from that 70 AD had been in the hand of so many world powers. You will also find out that the Dome of the Rock, for example, was built there between 687 AD and 691 AD, because Jerusalem was still in the hand of the Gentiles. Understand this? And that Dome of the Rock is still there, because Jesus said that it will be in the hand of the Gentiles. Usually, if you conquer a place, you rebuild the place. But Jesus said that Jerusalem will be trodden down of the Gentiles until the time of Gentiles be fulfilled. The question is, when was the time of the Gentiles fulfilled? Has it been fulfilled? And I want to tell you, yes, that it has been fulfilled. And I want to give us timeline. Everything about Jerusalem has been controlled. Everything about Jerusalem has been determined by the world power. You will hear in President Trump's first term, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu saying that President Trump is like King Cyrus. What did King Cyrus do? King Cyrus, a Persian emperor, authorized the rebuilding of the temple. Everything about Jerusalem had been determined by fiat of the power in that generation. Remember how in 1948, the state of Israel was created. It was by fiat of the United States and Great Britain. So that little portion of land had been determined. The same thing with this. Then how did this thing get fulfilled? You know that the Congress of the United States had already passed a legislation recognizing Jerusalem as the capital, but no president had done the proclamation to sign it. Every 6 months, they will renew it. And it continued until President Trump came. Trump was elected in 2016. In 2017, December, he made the pronouncement. But on May 14, 2018, he formally signed it. Take note of that. So it was on May 18 that Jerusalem formally was declared again the undivided capital of the Jewish kingdom. Now I want to give us timeline, because this will thrill you. I want you to calculate from 70 AD to 2018. How long would that be? That will give you 1,948 years. When did Israel become a state again? Remember, they were scattered in 70 AD. When did they become a state again? According to human calendar, 1948. Why the date 1948? Yeah, 1,948 years. And then from 70 AD to 2018, 1,948 years. Let me also give you another shocker. Genesis chapter 5 verse 3 tells us that Adam was 130 years old when Seth was born. So which means if you take from zero date of Adam and start calculating the ages of the patriarch, when the flood came, it was 1,656 years. If you calculate that way, when Abraham was born, it was 1,948 years. So from zero date of Adam to birth of Abraham, 1,948 years. I want you to know whether it's coincidence, because you want to understand that Trump is a prophetic figure. Now listen, from Abraham, if you add 1,948, it will give you 3,896. Take note of that. That was when the last king of the United Israel, King John Hyrcanus, died. That was the end of an era. Now, 100, you add 100 years to it, it will give you 3996. Take note of that. Now, if you add 100 years to 1948, it will give you 2048. That was when Isaac was born. Remember Isaac, a type of Christ. Now, if you add 1948 years from the birth of Isaac, you will have 3996. That was when Christ was born. Now, get the sequence. Then Paul said in Galatians chapter 4, when the fullness of the time was come. I want to tell us, look at what the fullness of the time was. The Bible there, because everything has been fulfilled. And everything is running that way. Now, from Adam to Abraham, 1948 years. From Abraham, which Bible calls him the Hebrew. So Abraham was the first Hebrew. To when the last king of the United Israel, King John Hyrcanus, died. 1948 years. From Isaac to the birth of Christ, 1948 years. From the zero date of this century to the recreation of Israel by fiat, 1948 years. From 70 AD to 2018, 1948 years. Is it a coincidence? You say, how does it affect Trump? Because every stream of prophecy is chosen. Obama couldn't have done it. Clinton couldn't have done it. George Bush couldn't have handed over because it was not yet the fullness of the time. Mark it, because you understand who Trump is. Go to my link on Gartner Broadcasting Network, Facebook. You type it Gartner. It will bring Gartner Broadcasting Network. You will see in 2021, I wrote an article about this. It's there. And then I gave the prophetic years of this century, 2018, 2023, 2026. It doesn't happen. And I will tell you what happened in 2023. Prophetic years, 2033, 2034, plus others. Get there, get James Luke Encyclopedia of the Holy Ghost and Spirit. James Luke Encyclopedia of the Holy Ghost and Spirit will give you the detail of the operations of the Holy Ghost, the Spirit, angels, demons, including the human spirit. Get a copy right now. James Luke Encyclopedia of the Holy Ghost and Spirit.
Thank you, James Upabi, for this blessing.
Every Bible school in the world needs to have this. It needs to have this. Every child of God needs to have this.
If you enjoyed this podcast, be sure to check us out online via Apostle James Podcast on YouTube, Facebook, and everywhere podcasts are available. Thank you for your support. Be blessed and have an awesome day. We will see you next time on Apostle James Podcast.
Let's talk about